Today we're here to discuss old Jin's big decision. He wants to merge Xiaoyang's heart with his own, but letting a hothead like him lead the country, that's just asking for trouble. Unlucky folks won't just be his son. When old Jin recalled his son's power obsession, he hesitated and risked a night visit. To his surprise, Zheng Hen didn't want to climb the ladder. He just wanted to be a people servant. He just wanted to undo the damage caused by his grandfather's betrayal, and old Jin was so shocked he was left speechless. His son cared only for the people, while old Jin was preoccupied, forgetting why he became an official. Ultimately, old Jin made up his mind to team up with the left chancellor to kick these thugs out and restore order. They brought secret letters from the late king to the little emperor, revealing the shady plans and urging him to exile these troublemakers. But the little emperor was as clueless as ever. He thought Xiaoyang was way more trustworthy than bloodless courtiers. Unbeknownst to him, Xiaoyang's strategists had already been secretly devising a plan to replace the emperor, and tonight they were going to approach the young emperor with their chess pieces. To throw the little emperor off, Xiaoyang's army set up traps, and the poor boy, with his innocent eyes, couldn't catch on at all. Allowing such a naive nephew to rule is like putting a pig in charge of the cheese factory. The strategist pulled out a secret poison needle, ready to give the little emperor a surprise he wouldn't forget. Just then, the little emperor sensed a shadow on the chessboard and turned around, scaring Xiaoyang into withdrawing his hand. Hearing the poison needle fall, the little emperor panicked and fled with an excuse. When he got back, he flipped through a divination book and stumbled upon a shocking revelation. Turns out, the Xiaoyang army that plotted to assassinate him had its own unbelievable troubles. Old Jin disguised himself as a royal doctor to heighten the little emperor's suspicions, keeping him up all night. The little emperor decided to take down this formidable opponent and rushed to enlist old Jin and the left chancellor. He scheduled the big showdown for tomorrow while tirelessly working to keep his plans under wraps. He noticed a young man in court who had the guts to expose all the dark secrets others were afraid to touch. Zheng Hen stood up for women's rights in politics, leaving the little emperor in awe. Zheng Hen worked so hard his eyes suffered. Old Jin, distressed, bought medicine for him overnight. Subtitles. He even went so far as to seek help from renowned doctors residing on the mountain. Yet ultimately, Zheng Hen's endeavors angered the left chancellor, and that very night, he became an innocent victim of injustice. In court, everyone was speculating that it was the left chancellor's doing, and his grandson was all set to take over Zheng Hen's position. Some things are better left unseen. Just pretend you didn't notice, otherwise, they'll make sure you really can't see. Seeing his poor little nephew, Uncle couldn't take it anymore. He was fed up with the left chancellor's hypocrisy. So he went to find Xiaoyang's king, hoping to take revenge for Zheng Hen. King was skeptical, but Uncle pleaded, crying that he just wanted to give old Jin and Zheng Hen some real position. The king, seeing this pitiful man, couldn't help but feel smoke. After all, they were far from the left chancellor's loyalists. When old Jin caught wind of Uncle snitching, he immediately slapped him with a dirty sock. But seeing Uncle's nervous expression just made old Jin roll his eyes inside. Knowing his stubbornness, old Jin couldn't help but feel a bit helpless. Little did he know, Jin hurried off to find the left chancellor to set up an emergency plan in advance. However, Xiaoyang's army had already surrounded them from all sides, and even though old Jin bravely stepped in to protect, the left chancellor ultimately ended up as the sacrificial offering. Once this fierce tiger falls, everyone's faith will crash, and that signals a huge shift in the dynasty. It truly is a farce in the game of royal powers, an unprecedented turnaround. The little emperor was in tears, realizing that sometimes no amount of distant help can fix immediate crises. The irony of power and glory overlapped, leaving him in a state of helpless sorrow. The path to power seems like a black hole test, where success and failure are nearly indistinguishable. I feel like I'm about to crumble. The game of power is a massive pitfall. My life is truly hanging by just a thread. The little emperor's power struggle will decide life and death, while Zheng Hen faces his next dilemma with resignation. Facing the imminent threat, Zheng Hen silently recited his belief in justice. In court, The Shouyang army demanded that officials take sides, with opposing voices swiftly silenced, but Zheng Heng, clutching his ideals, bravely stood with the dissenting side. Even if he was blind, his heart remained steadfast. Watching his son head towards the cliff of death, old Jin felt a pang of heartache and utter helplessness. The little emperor's cries thundered as the might of power stood tall and absolutely. Yet behind that facade, tides were churning, and unrest was lurking just below the surface. Each clash in the power game will serve as a baptism in this struggle. Did you enjoy our humorous twist today? Then don't forget to subscribe to our channel, there's more fun in store for you.